quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established.
Ta-da! No! Oh, fuck. Everything's ready. Let's go! Everything's ready. Let's go! Ta-da! No! Oh, fine. Let's dance! Bow to me!
Surrender!
I'll catch... I must leave now. Go! Let the show begin.
Judgment is upon
Yahoo! Nice and spicy.
You're in for a little shock.
Let's play! Boba, get them! Yahoo! Here we go! Think you can get away?
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Nice and spicy! Brace yourselves!
Too easy. You're in for a little.
Dodge this!
Pin them down. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Just like we rehearsed!
Oh, so sorry. Freeze!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Grant us your blessing. Flee!
Try this on, Kusan!
Cool it! This moment will be frozen.
We shall prevail!
Try not to enjoy this too much. Come a little.
Do your worst!
Help! Help!
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this!
Get with me!
Right, Pam?
Let's spark things.
This moment will be frozen.
You're toast!
Out of my way! Our bond is strong!
Come a little closer.
Freeze! Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
Eat this! Ninjutsu! Yeah.
Cool it! Dodge this!
Boba, get them!
This moment will be frozen.
Hey, yeah! Come on out! And away I First, I mark up the price by 30%, and then I offer a 20% discount. More for me. And the customers still feel like they're getting a bargain. Now that's what I call a win-win, huh?
I feel a newfound What's wrong? Are you in danger?
marching orders.
You are not welcome here.
Don't blink!
One thing after another.
Let's nip that in the bud. Keep up.
With sword comes shadow.
Pulverize!
You're exposed! Grant us your blessing! Speed of light!
Is that all you
One
got?
with the forest.
Now you're testing my patience.
Cut to the chase!
We'll meet again.
Flee! Enshroud! Ha! Tuh! I'll uproot you!
Incoming!
Here's the good!
Hear my prayer! Ha! Chuk!
One with the forest! Ha! Hoom! Ah!
Speed of light! Ha! Nowhere to hide! Do your worst!
Can't see? Tuh! Oh! Hoom!
Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine! Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Paimon's gotta ask, just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abyssosque. So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival? So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while. Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts. No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing? That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru. We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already! According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria? Setaria? Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilou. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Setaria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place soon after. The star witnessed the star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. From the sound of it, Setaria's just but she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about— Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage of right. We must, that way, not only can we get useful intel from her, from my past observations, Setaria will take a date tomorrow afternoon, just happens to be to prepare. Let's go check out some— This should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we— No, I already have enough information on Setaria. Talking style and—
My poor lost lambs.
Have you become troubled over the divine voice of wisdom? Often echoes between my... Huh? Really?
Shh! My friend here...
Uh-huh. It would seem that... Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial...
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... Many... Marut, did you two spoil my divin... actually, I admit that the...
Is that so?
If you were to bring some food offerings for... Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time, when I start talking with him.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great crafts.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild?
Speaking of, where did you learn?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed...
That's nice. You're making...
Oh, no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg.
I see. We wish I'll have someone in charge of legit...
No problem. Rest...
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this rest.
Nahida, you've...
It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before. Huh? If I recall, you...
That's right. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my... But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm...
What an admirable spirit for learning. So this restaurant has a basement?
That's right. It's not usually...
I see. Yes.
Thank you so much.
So, was that it?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar...
What's the point of all the information we've collected?
Sataria is already used to avoiding her. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making... Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be...
Oh, Paimon gets it now! Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any... If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's belief, but if we were to borrow some of her...
So, you mean you're going to...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these...
Exactly. So, that...
Huh? Best of luck!
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them.
That is pretty convenient.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been...
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever...
If it was at all possible, I would've...
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help
All right, then let's give it a...
Oh, here she comes. Satari is here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintance, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you.
Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and... are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening.
Okay then. You just seemed a little... strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on...
I hear you. No problem. The gods are asking. Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone... home?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand.
I'm sorry. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right...
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real...
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his...
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait! Whoa! She just ran...
Well done. Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida,
It's all I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. In any case, anyway, enough of that.
she's out of teams now. Right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Huh? Wasn't he nursing a leg injury? If I recall
He sprained his arm a while back. Well,
Actually, while we're talking...
yeah, he's been retired there for...
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, he has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon.
Oh? So, who are you? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert. Yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all—
Akeem, you don't mean you...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it, but once everything is over, I'll be sure.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking of strange, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival, so
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible.
are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks—
Shishan, don't tell me that you—
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for— In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed?
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards.
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him.
Miss Sataria, nothing.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy, you must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, child of the Scarlet King. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Seems that I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth.
How do you know me so well? Are you truly—
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia. If you could provide some assistance in this matter.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in Saren. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
How much do you—
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, but I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sages. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out—
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I— let me see— let's use
the Academia entrance.
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't— I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more—
All right, I trust you.
So,
that'll depend—
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, maybe it's time for me to—
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our—
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening—
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods—
No.
and good health should be enjoyed by all. If I can provide everyone with a life such as this, I will be content.
Catherine, we're here! Oh,
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
shh. We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect...
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that if something were to happen, my existence may be after all. The academia should still be a...
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure... Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night.
No, I think she's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets.
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel...
Well, regardless. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. This hour of the night.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is the Hida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high... He called himself the Doctor. Remember, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah, now that the doctor's in the picture, but what are the Fatui after this time? Yeah, things would be... Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city, but we can't just keep waiting around. You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages? Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to...
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumer.
The outcast? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time.
You're up, traveler!
Following orders.
Pin them down!
Let's sweeten the deal!
We shall prevail!
Enshroud! I hear everything!
Cut to the chase!
One with the forest! Ha!
That's close enough.
New punch! Can't see? Ha!
Grant us your blessing! Yield!
Let's nip that in the bud!
Ow! Barry!
Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Flee!
One with the forest!
Incoming! It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
You're exposed! Hear my prayer!
Can't see? I hear everything!
Nowhere to hide! Don't blink! That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep it. This doctor guy seems like a pretty tough going up against smart people is tough. I'll ensure your safety. a traveler in Paimon. Kale! It's nice to... To be honest, I'm not doing too well. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. Oh, Kale! Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on... Oh, Master Tainari? You just... he left? What? Isn't Tainari always saying that? I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. To leave in such... Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Dash. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Party's DI. A research base, huh? Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI. Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with... Got it. Will do.
How many Rupish of mushrooms do I need?
Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but...
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doctor has shown that... Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us...
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when instead, he did something closer to creating Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about...
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled...
I wouldn't be relieved. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds. Which means also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then, how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so... it feels like he... Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently...
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find...
Actually, Nahida, how did you...
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to...
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Traveler?
It is you!
The voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she...
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right...
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Wait, no. Did you already finish?
My consciousness has...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating when my consciousness made contact with the gods.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you... My current self has not only gained true insight...
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but...
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me.
Where are you...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help...
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filth.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? I found divine wisdom.
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought. Wait. Have I already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right!
Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, but even in a moonless night,
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Sir. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say even in a moonless night, a shower of... Paimon knows the... Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana.
Your guess is correct, but the situation...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archons also...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a...
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in the... What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were...
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were... If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the... Now that you mention it, I knew the act, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like the Doctor and the Balladeer. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project, but then... What is the
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out.
I'll stay here for now. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Come find me here if there's...
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. To Caravan Rebot. So, just past this wall is the desert. Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, hey, they went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the? Where did she go? How did we lose him?
More Eremite mercenaries?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of all I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's head. However, had I wished to turn you over to—
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, and these days, you're more not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, which brings me back to you, and why the leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression to have that kind of reaction, I think you must have—
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail.
So that's your answer. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information. No matter. Rather than simply learning the answer—
That's right! We have the same plan as you!
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably—
It's always better to travel with someone you know.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape.
Sign. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia.
Oh, Haytham. Do not think you can escape.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or
It seemed to me more like you're...
Who is...
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in all Haytham. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time.
Before us lies Aru village.
Whoa.
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely
Oh, Haytham.
Judgment?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassin...
Seemed to me more like you're... Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all...
You seem to have placed a lot of trust. If I were you, I'd never choose. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Huh?
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matras.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this... and why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been Have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me?
I should have known you'd be difficult to...
You two? Ugh. What should we do, travel?
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can... You gotta help us out here.
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous but how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of our... It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some... Hey, did either of you hear...
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind...
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you
All right, stop yelling.
Well, This is... Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from... the air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right, now that we're all better acquainted, we should as a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure. So please, have an honest and sincere if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sands.
Oh,
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those...
Wait, that was you trying?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a... Rather.
Huh?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning as General Mahamatra. I had the responsibility and I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that I began to realize that, unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the Sage. I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra, the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the Academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all impressed now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra. He somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation, but the sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired...
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious...
Yes, I was indeed After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment,
a most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, their words contained one key piece of information. Namely, that from my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was... So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan...
I'm willing to apologize if that's... I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. After all...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity... Answer me this.
Have I not made myself clear?
Fine.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's...
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were... My situation is pretty... I had nothing going on, but then I saw these two random guys...
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely...
That's more like it. I missed you.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at
creatures?
Fighting in a sandstorm is...
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's a...
The wind's died down. That means Candace still isn't back yet.
When you put it that way, even I'm
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Here comes the...
Leave this round to us. I got inter...
It's been quite a while.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
We shall prevail!
Presents on the side! Go!
I'll uproot you!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up? Just like we rehearsed!
One with the forest!
Here's the good!
Do your worst! Hear my prayer!
I hear everything!
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that...
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sand...
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone you...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but
I can't say they've always been common. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
Enough. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul.
Everyone in Aru village... speaking of which, what...
Village Keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refer. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So...
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to... But no one in the village has ever seen them leave.
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them...
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or...
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must...
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust...
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No, I'd start by finding a spot to share what we know.
Keep up.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title, the Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. After that, the people of Aru Village...
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know...
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the...
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then!
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone... So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord...
No, it's not so much that I don't... Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current the Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. In addition, I've never heard any stories about...
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals.
Good! Then you should know that we're...
That look in your eyes. How can this be? To think.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use, but easier said than done.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak.
Is your grandpa mad?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just...
The person you're referring to is not a local.
Grandpa is just I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with...
Ah, so you're the one who was easy. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever...
Whoa! Ethan wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest.
All right. But...
Keep up.
Sino is super vigilant.
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you.
Huh? You...
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very... Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling Grandpa said... So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him.
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel...
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in... It's also my reason for...
Maybe the people have always...
Huh?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you...
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up!
Really? Yeah!
All right.
where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road. Anything else?
The scholars that have gone missing. Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. I think it's been, but honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they—
Do you also think
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. He was actually the one who protected my house. It still feels pretty surreal. Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure—
Gotcha!
Keep up.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa?
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. The last time I saw him, he was pacing out by the road as usual. And speaking of my wife, she's still always—
Oh, thank you.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned—
Wow, what a nice—
Okay.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Let's head over there. Listen, see—
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler still. You say he's coming back.
Haven't you noticed? The village at Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared?
Huh. Now that you say it.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very
Huh?
Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else. Just—
Let's not get on his bad side, okay?
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet—
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that—
Hey!
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled that Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall.
Is that
seems like he's still—
Got it! At first, I told him, please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical—
I haven't run into him over the past few days.
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And so you'd best just stay home, don't do anything.
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he—
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there.
Join the Aramites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Let's go. Time is against us. Speed of light! Hey!
This is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't, but are you okay? Are you
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell.
So,
Huh? You know him?
yes. Now that...
Wait, surely Tiny...
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a skull.
What are you looking for, son?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely bare from the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. The scent is quite faint, but still
But who would come looking for Grandpa?
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with liking good...
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still...
No.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad...
It's highly...
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's...
Sounds like we'd better help get him back.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we...
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds...
Oh, dear!
You bet. So...
Reasonably.
I'll hate them...
We haven't seen...
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured...
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of...
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. It seems someone from beyond the wall must...
Makes sense.
So what should we do?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so...
If Paimon remembers correctly...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the... These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their own... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in...
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place...
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying...
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet the desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot... Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills. I need to go around and ask some questions. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try...
Alright, sounds like a plan! Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block... It was only after I grew up that I realized. The wall of Samiel isn't... Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing. We're cheap labor, like livestock. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia, geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Thea.
No, not at all. Besides, we're here to
Yep, we gotta catch those... Shh!
Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Just our luck. None of them are here.
You mean, you don't see any...
Tia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello.
We've had... Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too...
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the up.
Yeah. Have you seen Engur, Delavar, or Jabbar?
Of course I have. Matter of fact...
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe...
Ah, how thoughtful of you.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are...
Yes, how considerate of you.
Incoming!
Are we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the dark.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also.
So, you've been watching.
Uh-oh.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't?
So you and Delavar have been.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Engar. You're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow...
Yeah, gee, what a...
See? There you have it.
You're not wrong. Mercenary...
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following order. You punching.
Wait!
Right this on the side! Go!
Enshroud! Ha!
We shall prevail!
I'll uproot you!
Cut to the chase! Don't blink! Hey!
Fallen Emma! Help!
Do your worst!
Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills. And of course, you would believe everything he reported. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. That's what you thought.
Ugh. You lied in the village.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so... Okay, that should be...
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking...
Oh, but instead of catching them...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the...
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really...
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to.
Wait, so he's a...
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eve...
Wow, what a genius
Ah, you're too kind.
So, that thing...
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora. And that...
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. But I see through it all. And
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Travel... This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from...
All right.
Candace, do you need it?
Candace will be okay on her own. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now.
While I'm questioning them.
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these idiots...
Hey, Dia!
Right on time. Well, no.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know...
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot...
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as us mercs, on the other hand. We...
Well, Paimon thinks...
Really?
Oh, Cyno's here.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation.
Oh! You mean you taught Candace...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true blood.
Perhaps I need to work on my... Still, it's perfectly understand...
Yes, please.
Well, looks like Cyno taught her well.
You fear death yourselves. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal.
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. A war would only cause us to lose all—
I'll tell you everything I know, please!
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect—
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help— I'm not—
That's one.
Huh? What?
Strike. You gotta
Wait, I'm telling the truth! He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction— You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always—
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the academia attempted to— It strikes me now.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was— They were the ones who brought them here to be—
Not the academia again.
Just as I— But what could they want with the village?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. Regardless.
You're right.
Time to go. Let's leave the—
Yes.
You got it. Candace, I'll let—
All right.
Let's meet back here once every... Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa, where did you
Well, as you
You were gone for ages! And... Hey, what's with the...
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing super obvious.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest anyway. You plan to leave.
Yep. We're not gonna... Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our
Yeah, you're all tough!
While you were investigating,
Really? Paimon...
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my... Not to mention that going separate ways...
Huh? Right here in...
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But
What does that mean?
how do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the...
You mean...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily... Remember what Gandhi said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which day. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you with... Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you up. The reason being...
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You...
Don't change this.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority.
Right.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them.
Remember? She made a point of denying...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village and...
Then... Why would she...
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me.
We're on it!
Incoming.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier...
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where...
Huh? What do you...
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll go on. Earn her...
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you before. I wouldn't... Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you. But even so, we've met lots of people from... We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them!
I want to... My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest...
Alhaitham told us you have your reason.
The fact is that I'm... Only one side of my family is desert folk. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors.
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people, and then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with...
You can tell them.
All right. I'll tell you, I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint. It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village...
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, He would rather.
There's really nothing around these parts.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar. But it's.
Yeah, let's go!
I am right by your side. But if you're still nervous, just take my hand.
Hey! Hear my prayer! You're exposed!
Can't see?
Take that!
Ha!
I'll
Speed of light! Nowhere to hide. You give, you receive.
Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere. Ah! Monsters! Watch out!
One with the forest. Ha! Let's nip that in the bud.
Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
We shall prevail! Me too! Train harder.
Enshroud! One thing after another. Ha! I hear everything.
Just like you rehearsed.
Nowhere to hide.
Whew. They were easier to deal with than Paimon. Super strong bandits? Or... He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a look.
We haven't found squat!
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits. What are you reading? Let Paimon see!
Okay, sure.
Huh?
So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya! How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, what good is that gonna do for you? You're acting like one of those annoying grown-ups who go, hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be the one providing for thank you for working so hard and earning so much more, thank you. Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no...
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought.
Wow. It's like they tucked enough... Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms.
Hurry up! Mora waits for no one.
Nip that in the butt.
Let's sweeten the deal. What?
Do your worst. Grant us your blessing.
Go! Just like we rehearsed. Warren, magical lamp.
Flee.
Fly.
We shall prevail!
Call it Amber! Help!
I hear everything! Keep up! Sup? Can't see? Sup?
Yield!
Enshroud! Excuse me, let's nip that in the butt.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eye... Also, why is he the...
Didn't expect to see him.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academy.
He's a scholar too?
No. And Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone leaving that question aside for the moment. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a...
Loaded?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical.
Huh?
Allow me to jog your memory. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh! Now...
Correct. The Academia is behind. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the Radicals needed, as well as being able to exploit the Radicals for their own ends. This scheme has one further advantage to the Academia. All the risks and responsibilities are off. Life for the Desert Dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet. The notion of an Academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the Academia that brought...
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened.
Resource?
One possibility is that the information...
Extracted?
With the technology of the Sumeru, perhaps the process caused them great...
So, the human brain... Nope.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule, or perhaps his curiosity got...
Paimon's a little...
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods, however, I can't... The Academia is going out of their... I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge.
You mean you're not even slightly...
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects?
Sounds like you're really against...
Of course. The Academia's, whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has it. This matter needs to be corrected.
Wait! Didn't you step in to help because you felt so...
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru. And the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat.
Probably not. Paimon's not...
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to...
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while.
Though I must say, uniqueness is also an asset.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. He won't last long if we leave him here. We'll work out our next step after we return.
If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark. Huh? Huh? Ah. The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.